Hello, everyone. My name is Dot44, and I'm here with my very own take on the Barbie movie. At the time of recording, I have gone back and wanted to use my fresh memories to make a review that gives my own thoughts in comparison to all the other stuff that's been happening. Personally, the movie was pretty good in most parts, but there are some very large drawbacks that really drag down the movie. However, before we get to that, I'm going to talk about what I liked about the film so I don't seem like a total hater at all. Firstly, the art direction is just simply phenomenal. I mean, no other way to put it. The design of Barbie Land is nothing short of amazing, with everything looking straight out of the playset itself. And the movie actually acknowledges this in some cases. Everything is bright, cheery, clean, with absolutely no dark undertones, which fits that part of the movie so well. Everything is plastic and dollhouse looking, and the film uses that aesthetic well. For example, there's a scene where Ken gets hurt, and an ambulance, quote unquote, comes to save him instead of transforming into a hospital, or some Barbie version of it. The ambulance opens up like an actual dollhouse and heals him there. Which is pretty fun of use of this aesthetic the movie has. Also lends to the visual comedy of the film, which leads me to, the comedy. It is pretty funny, and most of the jokes land. Although there's one joke at the last part of the movie with gynecologists where Margaret Robbie goes to the Mattel headquarters and asks the receptionist, "I want to see my gynecologist." I don't get it because I'm not a woman. Anyhow, as I said before, the visual comedy is just used well here. Uh, for example, there's a scene where the two Kens are fighting, and Ryan Gosling's Ken, tells another Ken to hold his ice cream, and of course the ice cream isn't real; it's plastic, and it collides with the other Ken's ice cream and makes a plastic sound. So I think the visual comedy is used well. Another example of that is when in every new day in like the first part of the movie, uh, Margaret Robbie's Barbie, she puts like she doesn't pour any. There's a milk carton and there's nothing in it, and she pours it into a cup and then fake drinks it. At some point in the movie, when she's in the Mattel headquarters, they give her sparkling water, and it's filled with water, sparkling water, and she tries to drink it, and instead of it, she's used to have there's nothing being there. I found that pretty funny. And there's also the usual jokes. I think they all hit. One thing I found funny was the Will Ferrell Jew joke where he's just naming like matriarchal figures, like aunt. I have a what do you say? I have an aunt. I'm the mother of a. I'm the nephew of an aunt, or I'm son of a mother, or mother of a son. And at some point, I don't know, just out of nowhere, I just hear, uh, what is it? I just hear, I have 5 Jewish friends. Just out of nowhere. I'm surprised they got away with that, but yeah, that's it. That's with the comedy. There's a lot of stuff in there. I don't want to spoil it. Some of it is pretty good. Acting, it's just good. There's not much else to say. Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, top tier actors. I mean, Gosling, drive is, he drives. That's all I have to say. He drives this role. He drives this role, and he's so good at it. Margot Robbie, yeah, okay. I can tell. I can say though, if you watch like the trailers and all the dance scenes and stuff, I found it pretty funny. Not funny, but I could see how they really liked filming this movie. So enough teasing. Let's get on to the bad stuff. The story. The story, in tandem with the art direction, was pretty lighthearted. I did enjoy a lot. Um, Moments where the story was like this. It was like how it was advertised, fun movie with Ryan Gosling in it. That's the reason why I came to watch it. Then came the retardation and the culmination of BlackRock investment money. I sincerely hope Warner Brothers got their ESG rating up for this. Very few movies can say they dedicate all of their runtime to trying to smash the patriarchy. I am dead serious. A large part of this movie's message seems like it was extrapolated from the ghosts of a dead suffragist and women's Twitter feeds. I have never seen such high levels of autism and leftism in a movie since 2016. Oh, and I'm not going to call it woke because I refuse to call leftism than anything other than it really is. The whole women's rights commentary was laughably ham-fisted. It was that like the writers were salivating at a moment where they could implement this social commentary, the message, anywhere possible. Like the main crux of the movie, when Barbie and Ken enter the real world, Barbie's constantly harassed and catcalled by men, even though Ken is like roller skating right next to her. Like Ken is like 10 out of 10 guy. Like if that Margot Robbie and you saw Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling on skating together, no other guy would say shit. I'm kidding you right now. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. No one's saying anything. Come on, Warner Brothers. Oh my god. In addition to that, a big part of the movie is where the Kens take over and create a patriarchy. This is because Ken literally read a few books and then shared them with the other Kens on how to be like not a slave and how to be like a masculine guy. Because in the movie, the Barbie Land Barbies literally treat them like second-class citizens. In fact, there's like a point in the movie where one of the characters asks Margaret Robbie, where all the Kens stay? And she's like, I don't know. I never asked. Like, okay. And yeah, and this when Ken comes back and gives this information to all the other Kens, their mind just explodes. And then I'm not like the way it's edited in the film. It seems like a day, not even a day, maybe like a few hours. Give it like maybe like 7 hours later. They're all like it's like a kingdom. That's like the Ken land. It's Ken land now. It's just Ken land. And Barbie and like the two companions who are, I wouldn't call them, they're kind of forgettable, but there's the Latina and there's the older Latina. That's their character. Hispanic mom and Hispanic child. And along with the other, so what they do, they realize the situation. They're like, oh my god! Oh no, Barbie! What? Ken can't keep getting away with this. And so they start rubbing their hands together and figure out a plan. Because they go to this weird Barbie's hideout, and they're trying to deprogram this Barbie, but she's like, I don't like feminism. And then then the Hispanic mom, alright, Latina mom, gives a big speech, massive speech, and then it deprograms this Barbie, and that's what they're gonna do. That's the mission statement of Barbie Mossad, to deprogram the other Barbies. Essentially, they think themselves as rescuing them from the evil masculine patriarchy. Eventually, enough Barbies are deprogrammed, and they launch like one big psyop, one big operation against the Kens, so that makes the Kens fight each other. And while the Kens are all giving their lives, they're all watching it from the fucking hideout. Like, yeah! And, they laugh at them, and then they go to retake control of the Barbie Land government. So, all I have to say to that is, hashtag no more brother wars. Okay? No more brother wars. You see? So the Kens faltered, and then once they retake control, they try to wrap it up in like a big happy bow of an ending. It's like, oh, all Barbie Land's back to normal, and Barbie becomes real, and but they're all forgetting that the film even makes fun of this. The Kens are back to where they were, the second-class citizens of society. They're literally just there, and they exist. That's all they do. And the movie says, well, now he doesn't have to worry about, being, You know, isn't he can be his own thing. It can be Barbie and Ken. It's Barbie and it's Ken. It's like it doesn't fix anything. Barbie still rules the government now. They shekel their way back in. They're still rubbing their hands. They're still like putting down the Kens. Because the movie says, well, maybe at some point the Kens will have as much power as the Barbie as women do in the real world. Like, okay, where did this come from? It doesn't make any. I'm sorry. Get back on track here, but yeah, film makes fun of that, and they say, oh, at some point, they'll have enough power. And it's like, okay, all right, dumbass. And Margaret Robbie's Barbie becomes real, and then makes the gynecologist joke. It's like, and there it says, in a couple years, we'll have enough power to do the real world. Okay. It's so fucking stupid. I really hope Warner Brothers, as I said earlier, got an ESG rating boost for this, because this is like retarded. And I just can't fathom to myself, like, I'm starting to think, why couldn't they've gone the simpler route with the nice bow tie of, like, I don't know, equality, alright? Because the movie just forgets the main reason why the Kens revolted was because they were treated like second-class citizens. They were like, there's even a speech by Ken in the movie where he tells Barbie, you left me. I'm just like a toy. He tells Barbie that. The movie acknowledges this, and then just says, no. Is this the society we live? They're just ignoring that. Just ignores it. Like, and I'm thinking to myself when I watched the movie, and after I got out, I was like, what was stopping the writers, the directors, the producers from making this happy little movie that was advertised? Right? You remember what the advertisement said? It was going to be this happy little movie. Barbie goes to the real world. She finds it. She fixes herself, and everything's great. You know, you can have all that shit, and give the Kens equality, and it's like this nice little message. A nice little message, all it needed. But no, I can't call him the J word. I'll call him the Airbender. The Airbenders in Israel, in the Hollywood business, they wouldn't let me have it. They were rubbing their hands at this opportunity. I actually wonder. I'm starting to wonder myself. Did this movie just suck? How much hands did the directors have to kiss to get this movie off the ground? And how many did they just have to accept this? Because what was stopping from getting that simple message? I just don't understand. I don't know why they didn't do that. Yeah, that's it. That's really all I have to say. I just had to. Well, actually, there's one more thing. There was some discourse around this movie, and from both the left and the right, and I was just disappointed because one thing, the right just makes it like Ben Shapiro, for example. I think it was. Oh, I forgot the other guy's name. But he was the anti-SJW guy from the quartering. I believe made this video on this. Could be someone else. They made big response videos, and it's like, this movie, you shouldn't watch it. And, Ben Shapiro in particular made a 40-minute video on this. Dude, it's not that hard. You just pull out all the usual arguments, and the one in the big and people don't realize this. Ben Shapiro, I can't remember if he said this in the video or not, but Barbie Land, the big fallacy here, Barbie Land only works in Fantasyland. Barbie Land is a fantasy. The whole matriarchal system is a fantasy. And the movie affirms that. It doesn't even know it. Barbie Land is a complete fantasy. It only works in Fantasyland. And then there was the leftists online saying, why are you getting so worked up over the children's movie? Huh? They're rubbing their hands. Dude, it's being sold to children. It's being marketed to children, to mothers. That's why they're watching it. That's who it's marketed to. Oh, and of course, all the unintentional marketing towards Ryan because of Ryan Gosling. That's the only reason why I watched this movie. For Ryan Gosling. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it.